Hey, everybody.
Yes, I just did. If I lean out of the screen, I'm getting a drink.
Okay. Hey, everybody. We're live here with Sherrie, and we're going to get started in just a second. We're going to try this new invite.
I don't know if it's that new. You just don't listen.
There should be an invite feature. Interact. Share. There's a share now.
You guys, how do you, those of you that are joining, how do you invite? Because we don't know these things yet.
I mean, there's share where you...
Was it invite before? Did we miss it?
I don't think that you can do that.
And Sherrie, if I'm ever looking down, it's at the comments. Okay.
Yeah, see, there's this kind of invite, but this is inviting. You'd have, but you'd have. But hun, you'd have to like.
Invites everybody. I think on your friends or something.
And then when you
I know I don't know why there's not like a mass button. Boop.
When you invite them, it will.
Oh really?
I think that pulls them in to join like on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
you need to ask people.
I get a notification. It'll actually say so and so invited you.
I know. That's what I was telling him. And I'm like, and that's not to like be a part of the live. It's to watch their live.
Right.
I get it all the time. So I don't.
Do you want to try it?
Yeah.
You want to just try it?
So I think we're gonna try just pressing invite on a bunch of them, and
here we go.
I think there must
Only
be
one invite can be sent at a time.
You know they don't click each person.
Yeah. It's only one person to invite.
I think we need to learn it. I agree with Sherrie. I think we're not doing it right.
I've been trying to figure out that duet thing.
Oh.
Well, the duet.
How many followers are you at?
I don't know. I have a lot of followers on. I mean, not a lot.
No, so to duet, you can't duet if the video is longer than like a minute, and you can't duet it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the duet.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. And then
I'm thinking of the wrong thing.
And then let's see, go live. See, this is a go live together. Change your live layout and settings.
All right, we'll ask them.
And that would be bringing in. So yeah, I don't know if there's a way to like invite just your friends to just join and watch. It's actually trying to. Well,
me and Sherrie know that it happens.
Well, hey,
we just need to find out.
Yep.
We just need to find out how.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump in. So, hey everybody, as you guys are joining, we
it wouldn't be alive without us, like, crappy production over here.
We have a treat this week because other than just our regular Thursdays, we was able to get Sherrie this week on Tuesday. And, when I started talking with you, Sherrie, and we were, starting to plan this, and you were getting us the information of all the conditions that you go through, I was just so shocked, right? And, I mean, I know it's not a competition within the chronic pain community of, like, who's got the worst or most conditions, but...
No, never, but...
There's a long list.
That list is way longer.
Y'all shock us quite a bit.
And I don't know if we're going to be able to get to all of them. Usually what we do, usually what we'll do is we'll kind of just, give you the stage to kind of go back and kind of tell your story with how you started learning of some things. You can point out some of the conditions that's on the list, and then if we're not covering them, we might ask some questions on it.
Hi, guys.
People that have questions about what those conditions are, if we don't get into all of them, you can go back to our announcement post and it shows that there, and they can kind of look it up. But yeah, let's do that.
I'm going to say it right off the bat. I think I'll start, saying it before or at the beginning and at the end. Every person that we have on these lives, and you guys all know that we want to increase these videos, follow them. We need each other.
Yes.
We always have, but now more than ever. And so I would love to see Sherrie get to a point to where she can do her own lives. And so go over, show her some love, and
make sure you're following her.
She's getting more and more videos, and
if you aren't already following her,
root her on to do more, because she does them beautifully.
At Sherrie XOXOZ.
Yes,
So
please.
go follow her, and she's got some posts. You know, one of the things that's really, you know, heartwarming is as people get more confidence, kind of sharing some of the things about them. And so she's kind of at that place where, you know, if you go to her page, I think there's 3 posts now. And so she's kind of getting up there to kind of start sharing a little bit more. And so this is a big step in kind of opening up a little bit.
Like I said, your posts are beautiful. And I told her, I think this on Instagram, you need to post more. Like she puts a lot of effort in it, and it just shows her and her family and her, you can get a sense of her journey, right? And it's what a stunning woman all throughout. And I want to see more, because there's those people out there, Sherrie, that just they need you specifically. We all are here for each other, but there's people that have the same diagnosis that don't know about enough people and friends that can help them through, or they're just learning about the symptoms of what may be something you can help. So yeah, I'm gonna keep checking on you, because I think anyway, she's gotta start talking, because this woman deals with it. So yeah. I'm just gonna let you. Yeah. So take us back. You don't have to feel like you need to share. Yeah, don't. Oh, good. Yeah, I mean, you're just like, it's just like a sit down in our front room, and you're among friends that watch us. You don't have to share anything that you don't want to, that you're uncomfortable with. It's just whatever you want to kind of put out there. It's going to be on YouTube for quite a while, you know. So we want to get your.
I want to help people, because through this journey, it's really it's made me be still, and it's made me learn a lot about myself.
Yes.
And it's made me, get closer to God and heal a lot of things that I don't think I would have even ever knew to heal.
Yeah.
During the process, so it's so bittersweet, because it's horrible that it had to come to that. But I am grateful for that. But
beautifully said.
I'm sorry.
Beautifully said. Oh. It's such a hard, beautiful thing.
I'm a really shy person, and I'm just going to start off by saying this. One of the things that's so just messed up, I guess, is that my teeth are falling out. So, one of the biggest things is that, it almost embarrasses to smile.
Oh, my word.
So that's hard.
Yep.
I'm just going to get that out first, and then I'm going to go ahead and start if you want me to.
Yeah, but let me address what you just said. Because just today, so this always happens. I sit in my office. Today I was like, Rex, you're going to need to talk to Sherrie and see if she's going to just be able to talk to you. Because
I'm surprised you were there. I was praying for you.
I just said I'm going to push through and hope these meds. And so I'm kind of still waiting on these meds. But let me tell you what, when I was sitting in my office and just, it's a time to really reflect on you as before we go live and pray with my Heavenly Father and then I just rely on that guidance as we go along. And but it was interesting. I kept thinking today about my teeth, and I've always, it's just, when you're born with a decent set of teeth, it even makes it harder. I've never had to have braces, but I will tell you, and this chronic pain community will, I can just see them raising their hands with you. You are not alone. A few months ago, my back tooth just, like the top half of it, and it had no cavity. It was perfectly fine. So you guys, we are not people that don't care for ourselves. We are not people that Yeah, and then we spend so much money, even if we wanted to have, and we could have the best dentistry, there's two big problems. Money, and we have to consider, is that going to create a problem for our health even more?
I've been turned down by like the best oral surgeon around here.
Have you?
Well, at first he was, he said that I was too much of a risk. This was pre-COVID, so it was probably about 2019.
Yeah.
He at first told me I was too much of a risk and he wasn't going to do it. But after, it was whenever I was swelling.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yep.
And then whenever, my potassium was below 2.
Oh, yeah.
Because blood work done. And I had to go back to the hospital.
Oh.
That's one of my big problems is that potassium. And
yeah, that's a big one. you kind of need that.
I get lethargic like at least once a day, and it's
yeah.
bad. And it's scary because it's the liquid potassium, and there's a very fine line with that potassium.
Yeah.
I've had to go to the hospital many times with heart just skipping beats.
Let me ask you, because I remember, I'm trying to get the meds that I've had to have given to me in a life-saving situation. I don't know if I think it was potassium, and it was whenever they'd hook me up. Oh my pain! Mm-hmm. Is that painful? Is that the one?
Yeah, I would say that it is. The whole situation with electrolytes makes you have a lot of muscle pain.
Yeah.
A lot of cramps, spasms.
Yeah, it was my whole arm.
My back is as hard as the wall.
Oh my word.
They call it retracted.
Mm-hmm.
When they did a spinal tap on me, I'm talking about, there must have been 6 people on both sides of the table.
Oh my word.
To push me enough to.
Wow. Oh.
And that was towards the beginning.
That's, oh my gosh, Sherrie.
I was 5'3" at that time, and I'm 5 foot now.
Yeah, we're shrinking, we're losing teeth. Just leave us alone.
Yeah.
But you are not alone.
You did put that's right. I'm glad you did bring up that it's not that we don't take care of ourselves.
No.
Because there's so many things that are misunderstood.
Yeah.
And another thing that's misunderstood is our appearance.
Yep.
I've been a doctor that have looked at me and said, "What are you doing?" And I'm going to them trying to save my life.
Yeah, exactly.
And they'll literally say, "You look pro." And it just blows my mind that they do that. And I'm not trying to say anything bad about all doctors.
No, I know.
I have a great internist, and I know I wouldn't be here if it weren't for him.
Exactly, but it's okay to say, "Hey, this experience is really hard." Yeah.
Listen, and I've went, for a while just by myself,
mm-hmm.
and then have to get to a point where I have to tell one of my sons, I think you need to come because they're not listening anymore. Good.
Your sons seem like. Your sons, I don't know. I think it's the way you put together your sons seem like your air, your backbone. Mm-hmm. You're like ain't no one touching mama, ain't no one gonna hurt my mama.
They are everything.
Aww.
Ask for anything better. They are the best sons.
You've got some good-looking sons too. Yeah. They're not bad to look at. You did good. They're cute guys.
They really are. They are just.
Oh.
I don't know what I'd do without them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Stay supportive.
So where did this, in your life, where did you start feeling some changes?
I'm sorry.
You're fine. Listen, you guys, when I lean out, I'm getting a drink.
I know.
If somebody needs to lay down, they lay down. It doesn't matter.
Right.
You all know. Yeah, exactly. I can't say. I gotta go.
Okay, so when it was in 2014.
Yes.
Is whenever I literally woke up in extreme pain. in my side, almost like your rib area.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm talking about severe, like where you have to scream out kind of pain.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I called the family doctor and went to them, and they're, you know, they don't know what's going on. They give me a shot of Demerol, and he tried to give me Lortab. And because of problems I had in my my late 20s,
Mm-hmm.
and had to have a hysterectomy, I was on pain medicines for about a year.
Right.
And I didn't like them. So I was like, I'm not doing that. I don't want pain medicine. But it wouldn't stop. It just continued. And he sent me to a GI doctor, and because he thought it might have been some type of hernia or something.
Mm-hmm.
But everything was fine. And then all of a sudden that pain went away. And it just seemed like my legs had been weak. Like, you know, looking back, you know, later on, of course I noticed a lot of things starting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But at that time,
you don't know
all that was there. But it went away as quick as it started.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't a month or two later that it started on this side.
Oh, wow.
The same exact horrid pain. But we still don't have that main diagnosis. All those conditions that are listed are all from that.
Wow, that's wild. So you don't understand what that all was. No. Oh my word.
After that started, I mean, I was going to my family doctor almost every day getting a shot of Demerol because I wouldn't take the pain medicine.
Yeah.
And that one went away. And during the whole time of, you know, that coming, my legs started getting very weak. And my left leg started getting neuropathy. That's what ended up being is the numbness from, you know, all the way down, more on the outer part.
Mm-hmm.
And like, at the very beginning, all of my pain was my limbs.
Okay.
After these started and went away, it was my limbs. And I mean, massive. I mean, you could look at my legs and it's just like dancing around, just the muscle spasm.
Oh my gosh.
I lifted weights on and off my whole life from high school. And I honestly think if I wouldn't have done that I wouldn't be here right now because I've lost so much muscle. I don't have any muscle at all.
Deterioration, people.
A lot. Yeah. And that, you know, that's a hard thing to deal with. I mean, you know, all of that's hard to deal with. Yeah. Especially, I mean, I'm sure men go through it too, but I mean, as a woman to sit there, I mean, even last June, I'm sorry I'm jumping around, that's one of the
No, you're fine.
I do that too.
You know, the comprehension and cognitive functions and keeping trains of thoughts, memory loss.
I'm laughing with you because, oh my word, I get it. And you're doing just fine. I didn't feel like you were jumping around at all. Okay. Just you just keep talking. You're doing just fine.
I remember what I was saying.
So you were talking about weightlifting, and for women.
Yeah, I've done that on and off my whole life. I had started in high school.
Okay.
8th grade, so I took weight.
I
did weights instead of PE.
Yep.
So I started lifting weights then, and then on and off throughout my life I did it. You know, I was a stay-at-home mom for most of my adult life. Mm-hmm. But then when I got separated, I went and got my patient care technician certificate.
Wow.
And started working long-term home health and hospice. But I was, unfortunately, didn't work there for about 2 years.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. But
that's gotta be painful every day, you know.
Oh. I go through so much pain, it's unreal. I don't even know how to put words to it. I thought all the pain with my body back then was bad.
Yeah.
And that's not the case.
Yep.
I think it was in 2020 was the first time that I started having, it was like my sacrum area it swelled up real big, and it was hurting. Like, I literally felt like it was labor.
Wow.
And I'm not talking about the contraction part, but the part where you have to push and pace and race and
yeah.
I mean, that was non-stop. I literally thought I was going to lose my mind. It scared me to death. I mean, I literally thought I was going to lose my mind. But that's another thing with the doctors. They wait and wait and wait and wait. They waited a year to do something about that. That's it has something to do with my parathyroid. I have a tumor on my parathyroid.
So this is what we're talking about. She's got a list of things.
It's just, I mean, I've had spleen infections. I mean, you're talking about odd stuff that nobody has any explanations for. And I went to Duke. I went all around the states around me.
Oh yeah.
But you started finding somebody that was helping you get some diagnoses of these things, right? I mean, they started helping.
Right. The first thing, my family doctor was like, okay, we can't keep doing the Demerol. You know, I'm going to send you to a pain management doctor.
Yeah.
And whenever I went to him, I mean, he had a lot of expertise in a lot of things. You know, they have a lot of backgrounds and all kinds of stuff.
So they're asking what you're diagnosed with. You guys, she's got a lot, so she'll...
What are some of the... What are
one of the first things that they diagnosed me with was MS.
Okay.
So I did go to MUSC, and they did find lesions on my brain.
Wow.
Now, they think that two of them they think are MS lesions, but they don't think that that's active.
Okay.
They think that happened.
Wow.
And they also think that whatever the main thing is genetic. My mother passed away in 2012 of the same thing.
Oh, my word.
I watched her, I mean, we all watched her go through it and took care of her.
Oh.
So, I mean, that's hard. I went to a genetic specialist, but they're like, we have to have something to go from. You can't just start anywhere.
Yeah.
So, MS was first diagnosed.
Okay.
Whenever I started seeing my internist, he started putting me in, like, the pharmaceutical companies will have studies. So I was put in some studies because a neurologist, well, actually two neurologists that I had went to had told me that they thought I had a type of muscular dystrophy.
Okay.
That lays dormant in women, but can come out at 20, 40, 60.
Okay.
At those ages, around those ages. Mine did start, you know, right after 40. I just turned 49. So that's one of the things, but I mean, that came back on that study that yes, I did have it. And then they did another, that was a saliva study, and then they did a blood study, and then it confirmed it. But there's nothing done about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he's trying to send me to specific specialists so they'll diagnose me, but whenever I go there, they don't diagnose me.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. Just like the parathyroid thing is causing, it's causing my calcium to be very high. That directly caused the sacroiliitis.
Okay.
The inflammation of my sacrum.
Okay.
Which causes a lot of problems because that is a lot of nerves around there, and if you can imagine it, in that area, it causes a lot of problems.
Yeah, that would be. Someone's saying about the, and it's
sacral instability.
It's called sacroiliitis.
Oh,
okay.
Unless I'm saying it wrong.
Okay.
Inflammation of the sacrum, like it's not the tailbone. It's like above that. It's the sacrum, the bottom of the spine. It's your SI joints.
Oh wow.
It's so interesting because you talk about this and remember when I told you, I was like, you can help people.
I feel very connected to you.
Yeah, your sister. I told her right off the bat, you guys, she can talk. I'm like, she sounds like an angel. And we couldn't see her face for a minute because we were trying to figure things out. But So you said it's not as low as the tailbone. Is it up a little further? Because I'm wondering.
I don't have no meat.
Yeah. But does it just? It's not even like a. Yeah. Okay. Because
above that, just right dead center in the middle of right above your crack.
Yep. That no, it's
No,
look, it's the body, and we're all struggling with them, and I don't have any problem.
I mean, I can't help. I'm not saying a bad word or anything.
Yeah.
But, it's
yeah.
An area about this round, but I can stand up and try to show you.
So when you're feeling it, it's not a contraction and then it's letting it go. It just holds and just. Okay, so I have one of the symptoms of my CRPS is, the only way to say it is IBS, but I tell Rex it's not. And I feel like it is the most terrifying thing to me. It terrifies me more than any pain that I've gone through, because I feel like I can die.
Yeah.
It really messes with the heart, the breathing, and it does not let up. So you may have given me something to go to my doctor and say, this may just be more than, IBS.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not.
true.
It's terrifying.
There's a lot of nerves around there.
Yeah, we do. Yep.
And,
yep.
And I'm talking about, that bearing down, pushing tight pain, almost, whenever you're in labor.
Yes.
Right where you have to pace because maybe you feel like you have to push or use the bathroom.
But you don't know. You're like, what do I don't know what you're doing, and it doesn't let up.
Pain.
Yep.
Whenever my internist gave me a shot, I have to go to him every 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
All my pain.
Do you have a port? Right there?
That's a fentanyl patch.
Okay.
I actually had them take me down to 75
yeah.
milligrams the last visit because I'm just trying to do things to listen to my body right now, because I feel like listening to my body is better than listening to anything else.
I know. Just be careful and don't go so low that then you're now in a flare-up that's really hard to get on top of.
Yeah. That day that I went to the doctor's office, it was my regular doctor's appointment, and so I haven't even started this. I haven't even gotten to the
I know. Yeah, it's okay.
But I thought that I was feeling the way I was at that time because the thyroid was messed up again.
Yeah.
I couldn't sit still. I was so anxious. I was sweating. I was shaking. I was just, and I was in pain, but I've been in pain since 2014.
Yeah.
Whenever I came back, everything came back and they go away. I take oxymorphone every 4 hours. The fentanyl patch every 3 days. I take Xanaflex. 8 milligrams every 6 hours.
Goodness sakes.
My medicines, I'm on disability, of course.
Yeah.
Medicine as of April was $40,000 for my medicine. Like, what in the world do people do? I don't even know. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I don't know how to pay for that, but
You're literally paying to live, and this is where people's minds, this is where you can get into a dangerous place. And I certainly wasn't expecting it for me, because I feel like I have a good grounding with faith, and I know you do, and you guys, we talk about how I'm very Christian, just non-denominational Christian, but if any of you, if you were on Thursday with remind me her name. I do this to my own kids. Don't ever get offended if I who you just interviewed.
I do roll call.
Yeah, that's what I need. Who did you just? So she was explaining she's not Christian. We do not care where you are in life. You have every right. It's such a personal. I just want to say that as we're talking about this, as I touch on a very, very difficult subject that I think more of us have at least kind of dipped into than not. You know, some of us are not Christians. Some of us believe in a different power. Some of us don't know what we believe in right now. Some of us, our faith is tested in anything and everything. And you are welcome and loved and completely embraced, whoever you are and wherever you're at. No one has the right, especially in your suffering, your very personal journey, to make you feel like you're not praying enough, you don't have enough faith, you don't have enough this, you don't have enough that. Get rid of them if they're doing that. I'm quite frank. But anyway, I'm dipping into this because, you know, you're talking about the amount of money and the amount of time it's taken, and you're getting diagnosis, but you're still wondering what the hell happened in the beginning, you know, and then this is where it can get dangerous for a lot of us, even who feel like we're grounded here, and has this beautiful family and she has beautiful reasons to live, but you start to feel like, what am I doing, and how is this not a burden?
Exactly.
So there's a door that's an out.
It's a very hard, believe me. It's almost hard to like even say it because I'm scared to say it, because I'm scared somebody take it wrong.
Yeah.
And call the cops.
Yeah.
But I understand, because actually, stuff like that crosses my mind on a daily basis.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I know. And I don't want, none of us we're fighting for all of you. So when we're saying we've felt this, we've been there, it is in an attempt, and I'm going to say this straight to Sherrie. The reason why I brought mine up is it's so recent, so out of the blue, and so dangerous. And again, when I was praying earlier, I just felt like you and any of you that are in here, you need to feel, and I want to say this personally, that
whatever you want,
however you are, whatever feeling, you can fall on this family, and it's a beautiful family of people, and they are fiercely loyal, and they love fiercely, and just fall into our arms. And if you're there, any of you, we will do whatever we have to. Oh, she might need to just press the button real quick, but I'll just keep talking. We'll do whatever we have to keep you. Can you hear us, Sherrie?
Yeah, I can. There's somebody calling or something. I'm scared we'll turn you off.
That's okay. The worse has happened during our lives.
Hang up on them. Tell them you're busy.
You're back.
Yeah.
This has sent a voicemail. I've never used it. This is
it's nice.
You're doing amazing.
I can't believe I got it to work.
You're doing better than us sometimes, and there's two of us, a whole group of people saying what to do. We still, but fall into our arms. We're not trying to say, whenever we bring up these very hard topics, we're desperately trying to say, until you can find your worth again, we will hold you. I don't want to always put that on the Lord or Heavenly Father, whoever you believe in, because it shouldn't. We are here on this earth to help each other, and I think that's kind of a little bit of a cop out to be like, hey, have more faith, say more prayers. No, You guys were here, fall on us. We have the most amazing family of sufferers who completely get it and are free of judgment. And so when we're talking about it, and when Sherrie was so careful about her even mentioning it and how painful you could see it in her, and now I'm going to try not to cry, Sherrie, but I know that there's been some pretty painful moments where the easier thought is to release people, right? And to let your body rest. But every one of you, and Sherrie, I'm talking to you, especially right now, if you could just add to your list of reasons, quite a big one, that there's a big group of people that are waiting for you. And they need you desperately, and you don't quite know who they are and what their names are, where they live in the world, but they're waiting for you. And so I know it's not an easy question, and I know it's not an easy request for me to say, please hang on because you're that important. But I would just ask you guys, I don't even feel like I have the right to, because now I know that was my first experience of really feeling that. I know how easy it is to say, but I've got all these other reasons not to be here. And, but if we're going to save lives and we're going to help people through what ultimately I feel is the biggest nightmare that a human being can have, to suffer for years, not knowing when it's going to end. People rather die than suffer for years. And so you're doing the impossible. You're doing it.
Several times. He didn't expect me to live past Christmas of 2018. Oh
my word.
But
look at you, 4 years. You're like, don't tell me. And I'm sure your family, your boys have a big part of you fighting.
The thing that pushed me so hard all these years has been because I want to find out what it is.
Good for you.
Yeah.
And I don't want my children to go through this.
Then we're gonna keep praying that you're gonna find it.
Well, and especially
one of the best things that happened, it was last month actually, and my doctor's no, not last month, the month before. I'm sorry, I think it's March.
Yeah, I know you lose time. You don't know.
I haven't slept in 2 days.
Yep.
Before that, it was 3 days. I got 8 hours of sleep in 7 days, maybe.
Somebody said battle buddy. I just want to talk to you. If I interrupt, it's because these beautiful comments.
I can't wait to see them.
And this is why you need to.
I want to be a support to other people because I've learned I'm in a very shy.
You already are. You've already opened the door.
But I've used, like I said, I've used all this time to work on me, you know. And I'm trying, and I want to help people because there's people don't understand.
You may be able to help people get their diagnosis, and they may be able to help you find yours. So let me just go through these. Rex usually helps me here because he can see better.
Sorry, I'm wiping my nose.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're just fine. I have my tissue. We all do the same thing, so don't ever apologize. Let's see. You guys, I still am dealing with that. I wish they'd make your names brighter. But someone says, yes, we need you, with a heart. Someone threw up a bunch of hearts and says, so much love.
Oh, wow.
They're really kind of there with you when you're talking about going into the hospital because of pain, and only a few doctors believed or helped. And then someone said to you, battle buddies helped carry her. Yeah. And then you're a strong warrior. And I could scroll. You've got a family. Make sure you go straight over to her and support her, because she's wanting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just fall into our arms.
I feel like I need support, but I also feel like I can offer support.
Yes, you can.
Because of all I've went through.
You have a.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Because you feel so alone. You know.
So.
You know, your friends stop coming around. I lost best friends. I had one that I knew my whole life say, "Don't you want to feel better?"
I know. Isn't it? It's just brutal.
You look be sick. You look okay.
Yeah.
But they don't see me like all the time.
Kind of like what are you doing wrong, right? Like why?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. They just don't know the suffering. I mean,
No.
You're talking about bad suffering, and whenever we talk about how we get to that point to where those thoughts come to our mind.
Yeah.
The thing that grabs me and that holds me here is my children, but also at the same time, I don't want them to see me suffer like that.
I know.
So it keeps going back and forth. You know?
Oh.
Better off without it. So they're just suffering either way. You know, I mean, those things that go through your mind.
They do.
When you're isolated and alone.
Isolated.
I went nowhere but the doctor's office. Since 2019, I went and saw my granddaughter in Rock Hill, you know, an hour away. But other than that, no grocery stores. I went nowhere.
And I can say this without
without
knowing every little detail of Sherrie's life. That trip that she made to see her granddaughter, and I know all of you understand, that took planning and faith and a whole lot of probably, you know, planning for this emergency, getting your meds, but you have to choose it. It narrows down who's important in your life, and a granddaughter would do that. So I so get that. At that
time, I was swollen so big. I don't know if one of those pictures is on there. I'm sure you probably saw the pictures of all these weight fluctuations. Still don't know the bottom line to that either.
Yeah.
But I adjusted my medicines according to what I was feeling.
Yeah.
And I got to a spot that I have not swollen that
good
bad in a couple of years, but I will whenever I go to the doctor. I will have about 10 pounds on my legs for about a week.
That's a massive amount of swelling.
During the time whenever I went down to see my granddaughter, and I stayed for went up to see her, and I stayed for 3 months. I was, no lie, I mean, when you gain fluid like that, literally overnight, 45 pounds. 45 pounds of fluid.
Whoa.
Just the pain.
There's a knee where there's no neck.
Yeah, there's no, yeah.
I couldn't put underwear on. I didn't have nothing I could put on.
And then just the pain of your skin stretching. Because I've swelled really fast like that. Not like that, but I've swelled very fast.
Blue skin.
Because,
I mean, it's like an apron around the bottom of my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just this year I've lost, I mean, I'm eating now. I went a year without eating. So.
Yeah. That's another thing. Somebody could look at your swelling and think, why don't you eat better? You have no idea that this has nothing to do with food. None. You know?
Body shaming because nobody knows what somebody's going through.
Exactly.
Nobody sees me cry whenever I'm crying on here. Like, I put on a smile and I try to be brave for everybody else.
Yeah.
You know? And I cry in silence.
Well, if you feel like you need to cry on here, you cry on here. Because I guarantee you, I'm on the verge, and it hurts me because my tumors hurts me to cry. And if I cry, I just need to let it go, because and I'm sure there's people crying with you. These viewers are just loving on you.
I've had to learn to let it go and not hold it in, because that's the part that I said I do all that healing.
Yeah.
And I know, and I also really feel like my mother's passing. I really feel like, they talk about stress causes illnesses and stuff like that. I really do believe that, because, it may be something that we're going to get as we get old or something. Yeah. But if it lies dormant in you and you have so much stress,
sure,
and you're not moving, I don't know if you, I'm Christian also, but I'm not any denomination or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I do believe in the chakra system.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. I mean, that's our soul. That's our energy.
Yeah.
I feel your energy. That's why I feel like I know you.
Yeah.
I guess I pray for y'all so much. I just feel like I know you.
Yeah, you're special. You're a special angel, Sherrie.
I guess that's like, the oneness or the glory of God.
Yeah.
In my opinion, to feel that connection.
I'm so I don't question that he has a hand in who we cross paths with, and I'll tell you guys that Sherrie was extremely patient with us. I remember, and I'm like you, Sherrie, where time just.
So sad to even message. I don't feel bad.
No,
it was.
This is why I want to say you've been extremely patient, because.
Sometimes my life is day by day.
Yeah, and then time just gets away from us all, and it's December. I know that we had Misty here, and that was amazing, and we had some things work out and things not work out, and then COVID, we were pretty sure that Rex and our good friend that lives here, Julia, that pops in often, had COVID. And so I'm the only one in the house, like, well but not well, so I'm trying to take care.
That's what I did the same thing.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there, at first I was wearing a mask, and then like after 3 days I was like,
oh no, heck, I needed oxygen more than I'm like, it's hard to, even the shout was we had a hard talk, me and my doctor, about that, because the CRPS can turn virtually anything into an injury, and sure enough it did. So remember that as well. So we get on each other so much about, there's this great divide with immunizations and COVID. Stop it. Or if you're wearing your mask or not, stop it. There's too much involved in everyone's lives, and you don't know what's going on. Knock it off. After I got the immunization and I'm done with that. I'm done with people that are still trying to judge each other. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Whenever you go through stuff like this, I mean, I don't see how anybody can go through things like we go through and do that, because it changes you. You see everything different.
Yeah.
Everything. Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
With your eye, another thing that I could just talk to y'all for hours about this.
Yeah. No, please do.
One of the things that I have had a couple of the things on my brain, the spots, they think I've had TIAs. And I do believe I've had a stroke or TIA, because when I see myself talk, I only see one side of, I can't remember which one, but
so what kind
of my mouth.
Okay.
I'm not looking now because I don't want to see myself.
Are you saying there is one side of your mouth that kind of,
like whenever I talk, it just,
we ain't saying that.
Okay, well,
no. I think you probably feel how I do with my eye, but no, everyone's like, what do you mean? You have to kind of know.
I get those. I don't get head. Well, sometimes I'll get a headache.
Okay.
But I get like they say that migraines with aura.
Okay.
But literally, the first time it happened a few years back, it literally was like somebody was shining a flashlight from the inside of my head out my eye.
Wow.
Out of one of your eyes, or both?
Yeah, just one. It's always one. And I mean, they gave me Nurtec for it, and that it works every time.
Nurtec is a decent one. It's expensive.
I'm so grateful that I have old disability. I mean, I'm not grateful that I have disability, but I'm grateful
for what it gives. Yeah. Nurtec. Let me tell. They just tried to fill Nurtec for me because I have so I have several layers. Most of what I go through, although my nervous system attacks different wherever it wants in my body at this point.
With my nervous system doing
yes.
Stuff like that too.
So I think you do have. It sounds to me, and of course we always need to reiterate, your doctor's the final
say.
But it sounds to me like there is an underlying bigger diagnosis, and it's just hitting wherever it wants,
It bothers my doctor a lot too.
Oh.
I mean, I can see the frustration.
Oh.
He wants so much.
He seems like he really, really has a love for you and just wants to. Yeah, can you imagine how hard it is to be a doctor, an ER doctor, because let's talk, we kind of, the ER doctors, I feel like, get the brunt of it because they do have to judge very quickly, and a lot of it is on appearance, and a lot of it is about what we're asking for, and sometimes they don't feel like pain is an emergency. Well,
I'm taking my pain medicine to the emergency room with me. Is that I'm here for somebody to help me. I've got my own medicine, so I don't want your medicine. Just please help me.
Yes.
Find out what's wrong.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah. Yeah.
Because they are so judgmental.
Yeah.
But I haven't went to the hospital for pain in a long time.
Yep.
Because they do that. And all they gotta do is pull it up and they can see where all the medicines are filled.
I know. I told Rex if they like a miracle would be, and I know that they have interacting and we actually have, I forget what it's called, but you can ask if you're on any pain medications, you can ask what your score is. You actually have a score. So they watch what you're doing. But
it's hard to scale that, isn't it?
Very.
I mean, as a 10, but if you tell them a 10, they think that that's dying.
I hate the number 10 because of that. I hate 10. Because I'm like, I don't want to stop at 10. I don't want.
Exactly.
Screw 10.
That's for the kids.
I know. That was for year 1. Yeah. Oh wait, let me see. Somebody's asking some questions. I want to make sure you get them.
I think that Mama Van Legacy. I think she was talking about what caused this. She had asked the question of complex regional pain syndrome, and Nell had some tumors removed from behind her eye, and then that kind of
I've
led
had 3 tumors over.
I was asking about your eye just because I was curious if you had had any lines like that, because that was just really weird for me. And it seems like when it's stressful.
Well, we both have, and I don't know what the spots are in your brain, but I have a cavernoma as well in my left temporal lobe, and it's just a cluster of weak vessels. So I've had moments of, you could call them small strokes, a bleed out. Yeah, where you go to speak and it's completely alien. There's nothing more terrifying. So that's just something on its own. And ironically, I get my MRI on Saturday morning, which I haven't had for a couple years. from what we understand, if I have another one of these tumors, my eye goes, just because I have the teeniest little bit of lacrimal gland that makes the tears and moisture in my left eye. So that's what started all of my, just that, it was just trauma after trauma, and my nerves are now entangled in scar tissue. And we don't give enough credit to scar tissue, because scar tissue does not let things absorb. Yeah, it is like a brick wall. Huh, yeah, it is. It's not funny. Yeah. So, and I'm sure you have plenty of that after all these years.
From surgeries from the female in my later things. So.
Oh. Yeah, so the light thing, I'm trying to remember. There's been so much with my eyes. I totally get where and my neurologist explained it with me, and I love that she said it this way, because it helped me understand my head and the pain there, because it sounds like you've got a lot going on there as well, which is, those nerves are insanely
That's what I was going to say.
painful.
I could not imagine pain in that area.
Well,
pain.
Migraines with auras, that's not pretty. So, but she said you've got several layers of pain, so they call them just the it's the outer layers of the nerves, and then there's like 3 layers, and she said it all just hits, and it will bounce off. So that light, I think it's reacting to everything else going on in your body, and then it hits your head, and it just
One of those diagnoses they have in there, most of those I was never told I had, by the way. But anyway, one of those diagnoses in there said something about that. Whatever you said.
So I was talking about the layers of nerves.
The myelin. I was thinking about the myelin.
Oh, the cavernoma? Was it the
No, the doctor. I'm not trying to down any doctors. I'm not trying to do anything like that.
Yeah.
But honestly, down south.
Oh yeah. The IBS.
There's no comparison.
No.
To the healthcare you get down here to where you get it up north or over west. It's night and day.
Really?
It's just it's sad.
It is interesting. The more of you guys that we have an honor to meet and talk to, it gives us more to, and we just, we have our website up finally, and we have so many big plans for that. And Rex and I want to be able to take and link arms with other bigger organizations and nonprofits, and but quite frankly, there is not enough doctors of all types and patients of all types sitting down face to face and talking about the real problems, and especially in this chronic state of suffering. And you guys do not have, we don't have the platform that we deserve. And it's years past due. And don't get me started, because I'll go.
I mean, it's 2022. All this stuff going on. Not just this, but
And we feel guilty because we don't want to say in our own pain that, hey, the Heart Association doesn't matter. Cancer Association doesn't matter. Yes, they do. But we want to be seen. We want a little bit of that.
Really.
Without being judged that we're just out to get meds. It's a more difficult group of sufferers than any other, even mentally. And Rex, we say chronic pain and suffering because we refuse to stop at chronic pain. There's so much suffering in this.
Not just for us, but our families.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're suffering mentally, and you're suffering. It's all of it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But
But I'm telling you, with the chronic pain, I'm going to say this, with the chronic pain community, whether it doesn't matter where your pain comes from, you're so underrepresented that it disgusts me. It is hard. It's wrong. I get that it's difficult. So what? Look at the difficult. Look us in the face. Yeah. Exactly. It'll be easier than having one day in my body or your body or any of your bodies. So just validation. Somebody's saying is huge.
Yeah.
Oh my word. Somebody says they have trigeminal neuralgia. That's probably.
Well, she thought it was trigeminal.
Oh, thought it was. That's probably the closest to what I have, CRPS. But.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so you have a couple, like there was the hypothyroidism.
That was fixed. See, I don't know how I'm telling you. I was just fixing to say something about that.
Good.
That was diagnosed last year.
Just recently.
That was recently.
Okay.
Well, whenever I finally knew the place to sign in, get my medical records, I saw that I was diagnosed with Hypopituitarism in 2016, and nobody ever told me that.
That's a big deal.
Huge deal. I'm not taking any medicine for it either, so I don't know if I'm supposed to.
That's kind of a big deal. I don't know how.
I went to an endocrinologist too. And
yeah.
It's like, people just stare at me like they don't know what I have.
Did you get any answers?
Don't know what to do.
Other than your hyperthyroidism, have you gotten any more answers from your endocrinologist or?
Well, the endocrinologist, they just did some like 24-hour urine test and
right.
Some more detailed testing or whatever.
Right.
But last year, what made my internist check the thyroid and everything was, for one, I had my son go with me.
Okay.
Because I had been telling them, literally, I did not eat food for a year. And, I lived off of white grapefruit juice because that helps nausea. Very watered down.
The what? Specifically the white?
White grape.
Specifically white grape juice?
Yeah.
Does that...
It helps nausea, and that's...
I've got grape juice too, but I'm going to try the one... We're so funny. It's the little things we just keep connecting with. Oh my word. I know. Oh, and you see how she's kind of rubbing her. I can just tell that it's a constant state. It never leaves you.
It never does. And it almost, I do get anxiety, but this isn't anxiety. This is pain.
Yeah.
You can't be still. And like I said, I've lost a lot of muscle.
Yeah.
And like when I'm sitting on bone.
Oh. Which is more pain.
That hurts enough, but my left leg is bad.
Yeah.
But back to the hypothyroidism.
Yeah.
Whenever I found that out, I told my son, I need you to come with me this time I'm in there, because he's got to listen. Because I literally lost, for the first time in my life, my hair was full, thick,
really
long, beautiful curls. It was so thick. I don't know if you can see how thin.
I can. It looks beautiful and shiny and.
I lost over half of my hair.
Then you must have had some thick hair, woman, because
really.
your hair looks beautiful right now.
Yeah. Oh goodness, it's so thin. It's just curly. But I lost that. I didn't have any body hair.
Okay.
There.
Yeah.
No body hair anywhere.
And did you wonder if menopause was happening at the same time? Did you kind of think?
I did that at 29 whenever I had to have a hysterectomy.
Okay, because I did partial hysterectomy at 27.
Mm-hmm.
And
I did partial hysterectomy about 6 months before I had to have.
Then you had okay, so that's done and gone. Okay. So this is a different thing.
So whenever I was there and I I told them I had lost, a bunch of hair, and I just flat out just tell them everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I showed him.
Good.
And my son and whenever we started talking about eating, nauseous is not even, it's just beyond nauseated. Whenever it's a catch-22.
Yeah.
Because you're nauseous, and if you don't eat, you're going to get more nauseous.
Yeah, exactly.
I would dry heat, throw up so much that my body actually starts sneezing while I'm throwing up. Trying to help muscles that aren't there. Just throw up. And you automatically suck it back in.
Yeah, you're right.
So
I wouldn't have thought of that. These are little things that people need to know.
That's a really scary thing. I've almost passed out several times.
Oh my word.
But that was, once they gave me that, once he checked my thyroid, and the numbers were very, very low, and he gave it to me, the first thing I ate was watermelon.
Mm-hmm.
And it took a lot of strength. A lot of me, don't think of nothing, go straight in.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And don't reach for that Phenergan pill for nausea. Instead, get the watermelon.
Because now it's psychological too. It's like, mm-mm.
Yeah, and even if you feel sick, eat another piece. And
yeah.
I'm up to, and I know this might sound stupid to some people, but it's huge to me. I'm up to eating a half of a watermelon a day. That's huge.
That's huge.
And I know that, I've had people say, you can't live on just watermelon. And, well, I know that. But I didn't eat for a year. And I'm eating right now, and I'm losing weight. I lost a lot of weight whenever I started taking the thyroid medicine. So that right there, that helped me a lot.
Yeah.
It also helped me get out of a very, very bad, real bad brain fog. I don't even know how to call it brain fog. It's almost like when you are, I don't know if everyone's done this, but, whenever you first got drunk or something, a bad hangover, I don't know, the worst hangover imaginable. It's like I woke up.
Yeah.
After about a month of taking it. I was I don't know. I was in a daze.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that. But I snapped out of that, and I was just trying to see what that text was. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I have to just say you're just fine. Don't worry.
Yeah. I do say I'm sorry a lot. I don't need to.
It's fine. You're trying to be careful, and I get it. And just
there's a lot of stuff I've had, a lot of past stuff that I'd rather not stay on here.
Yeah.
So that relationship wise.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm sorry is kind of like
this is
there.
Yeah. Okay. So now I understand even deeper why that. So you said so okay. So hypothyroidism, that's fairly new diagnosis. Then you have hypoparathyroidism, and then hypopituitarism. What in the heck?
2 years ago, that was discovered, and I've been to a surgeon who said I'm not going to remove it. He said my calcium wasn't high enough to remove an adenoma.
But don't you have? Isn't your calcium too high right now? Is that what you said? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So he wouldn't remove it. So he sent me to the endocrinologist, who also said it could just stay. And I don't understand that. It's parathyroid and trachea.
Okay.
And my grandfather had freaking trachea cancer.
Oh my word.
I was like, why don't they haven't done anything but that one is the parathyroid nuclear.
Yeah.
Nuclears. About 2 years ago. But I've got that. That's hyperparathyroid.
Yeah, there's the hypo, then the hyper. Yep.
The hypothyroid and the hypopituitary.
Your body doesn't know what's up, down, sideways. It's like you've probably hour to hour, it's no, I'd say minute to minute, you're just like, what are you going to do now? What's next?
I say that a lot, actually. I say, sometimes I say hour to hour, and sometimes I actually say minute.
Yeah, because it is.
It literally is.
Yep. No, there's not an ounce of exaggeration to that. And I know sweet people in the group know as well. There's times where every single breath counts, and every breath, I've told Rex, because he's amazing, and really trained so hard for one of those Spartan races where it's not just you're up and down and under things and crawling in mud, and I said, sometimes some of these sufferers, just surviving a few hours is equal to one of those big Spartan races. But none of you are getting big medals. None of you are getting big medals for making it another day and breathing and choosing to breathe. Continue breathing through it,
It's true.
And it's about damn time you do.
That's right. It is. I think that we all need to, give ourselves more credit than we do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking for myself, but I don't think it would be just me.
No.
I'm on myself too much. I've caught myself doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to retrain my brain,
yes,
to stop being so hard on myself. Because all day today, I was just scared of even doing this, because I just feel like I'm going to be so judged.
Not here.
Not by y'all.
No, and I'm speaking on the behalf of. I have so much faith in our Spoonful of Sugar family.
I have followed a lot of people that I've seen on the page, and everybody that I have spoke with and came across has been so good.
That makes me feel.
Yeah, she's really been able to connect with a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh, you guys, that's amazing. Thank you for taking good care of her.
And I mean, when we say minute to minute,
yep,
things like that.
Yeah. It is brutal. 1 minute, you guys, 1 minute could be so brutal that you don't know how you're going to get to that next minute and then get through it.
And so every see a comment like that, somebody just took a few seconds to make that comment, or that put me through that minute.
Yep.
Wow.
It's hard. I know
it makes that big of a difference, huh?
It's a big difference. Whatever.
Yep.
Well, and there's a lot of good people in the world, whether that's in religious communities or just positivity groups and different things, and that's fine. But even among
lean over, get a drink. Sorry.
Even among those good people, a lot of them can't relate, or they aren't in a position where they can, understand, or whatever the situation is. And that's not to say that, as a result of that we should, exclude people. It's just that TikTok in particular, out of all the social platforms, has kind of been unique because people recognize that there is an absence of social connectivity with it. And for the first time that I've at least experienced, people have been connecting.
Yes.
And they've been connecting in a really big way. It doesn't take a lot of time to just search for a hashtag of Spoonies at TikTok, chronic pain, things like that, and before you know it, boom, you're all of us are coming together. And so I think that we have an opportunity, a big opportunity, to not only serve each other, but to serve those people that are good people, that are wanting to help us too, right? And let's be careful not to judge them for not understanding us, So.
Yeah, Noelle says you have remarkable strength. Mama says the spoons analogy has really helped people to understand how we live.
That that was one of the things that really caught me about y'all. I was just so drawn to y'all, and you know, I just felt so drawn. I mean,
both ways.
To him, it just seemed like it was in a right time.
Yeah.
Because I was growing, like, I guess, I don't know how to explain. Healing, feeling his own growing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you're.
That's hard to go through all that. I didn't have any 40s. I'm 49. I just turned 49. And,
when you first said that, I was like, you okay. You're 49. You've been dealing with this hard. I think you were dealing with it far before you felt the first. Yeah. But dealing with it hard for 8 years, 9 years. You look amazing. Like, you need to just remind yourself of that. I don't care if there's a tooth or two gone. Mine too. It happens to us. We don't have the luxury of, it doesn't matter if we floss and our bodies are attacking us from inside out.
My roots are attached to my jawbone. So my teeth are breaking, and my teeth have came out the back. Mm-hmm. But the bones, the roots are still in my bone. That's the reason why I need an oral surgeon.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I'm going to go lay down one night, and an infection's going to go up here, and that's going to be that. You know, I mean, that's true.
Hey, Ellie.
Hey, Ellie.
You definitely need, that's something I think I will specifically pray for you for, because I don't want that to get to a point of infection, or you've got to just have, and I know it's...
I've had to do so many home remedies and stuff, and I've found some things that work.
Yeah.
But you know, doing this is kind of helping me to feel okay to, like, post more stuff and post the bad pictures of the bad.
Yeah.
Girl, you post and do a big old smile and be like, guess what? You know what I mean? Because some people will choose to be like, they're going to get out. I said this, I think, a week ago, and I have before, but I said there are people that they've said it straight out. We don't want to watch. It's too hard. It's a nightmare. It's too hard for their more comfortable lives. And that's fine. That life's going to slap everyone at some point. No one's going to get away with that. No one will get away with that. But most people, I think, would be very interested, and they have enough compassion to stay with that post long enough and go, okay, so why is she wanting to show this? And you're going to help so many. Good. I love hearing that.
I've already been hurt enough in my life. That does not
bother
me.
You have too many people to help.
Somebody said something to me earlier. Somebody said something rude comment. I mean, I just try to spread love whenever I'm on the internet.
Yeah.
I don't want to knock nobody down.
Yeah.
But somebody says some rude comment to me, like, and who are you? Because I said something nice or somebody's thing. And I was like, I'm a peacemaker. You know,
good for you.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay.
And
I was like,
it's insane what people do and say. Yeah.
I was expecting her to say something else, and I was expecting, I already knew what I was going to say back.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say that I felt my worth now. Yeah. And I'm not going to let you do that to me.
Yeah.
And you push it away.
Oh, good for you.
You just shut her down. Probably made her think a little deeper. You probably made her think a little deeper, you know, and
I just thought I was a peacemaker and put a face on a peace sign.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
We come out of we come out of this. This is the entire reason for And I've had this ring, you guys see it all the time, my big old rings that says Spoonful of Sugar. And I got that before we started Spoonful of Sugar on here, but it always reminded me that it doesn't matter what pain I'm in. We don't get an excuse to stop serving, to stop loving. A matter of fact, I think it's expected of us even more, because all the shit goes away, right? People fall away that don't matter. Things fall away that don't matter. And we really are able, this is the gift of it that you were talking about right in the beginning, is that we get to hone in on what really matters. And part of that's because we don't know how much time we have. We don't know what every hour is going to look like. So the blessing of that is you guys are the most amazing, incredible human beings. And I say this all the time, whether we're on or off. We're surrounded by the angels. You're an angel. You are chosen because of your strength, and you're still chosen because of your ability to, you're such a sweetheart, and you sound like an angel. I don't have that luxury. I always have to go, Rex, did I sound rude?
No.
You know? But you've got this sweet, like, it's impossible for you to sound, but take that.
I was my mom that used to always laugh at me when I fussed at the kids. She's like, you don't sound like you're
You
mad.
don't. Your kids are probably confused. No, I was the disciplinarian, and then they had the fun dad, and they'd look at him like, what are you trying to do? You know what?
Like, it's laughable.
When it's serious, it's mom, and I can, yeah. So, but that that's part of why we were talking about, people that don't understand, or people that can be, that don't choose the best in themselves, and they come across very rude, and they even come in with the intention of hurting, and we have this interesting. I always want to give someone a chance, and so when I'm not seeing it in the comments, hey you guys,
hey Laura,
we've asked, when you guys are in the lives, if you see something like that, I hate when someone is just automatically blocked, because some people don't know how to ask. They don't know, it might be their first, it might be totally genuine, but it sounds, and
Absolutely.
who are we to just like
earlier, I mean, there was only one way to describe something.
Yes. Yeah. So can you imagine somebody asking that to the wrong person, and they're like, you're blocked? That's just so wrong.
Yeah.
So our kind of philosophy is if someone says something and we feel like it's, are you trying to be rude, or you just truly don't understand? But if we see someone that is there to just, and this has only happened, a couple times ever, there's zero tolerance. Because I have such a protective, I get, it is, and I have that fight in me that, I, just from even when I was in grade school,
against bullies.
Yes, and it's just absolutely zero. There's zero tolerance. And so we don't get it here a lot. If you're that type of person, you're not invited ever until you can check yourself, come back, and be decent. But you are safe and so loved. I wish we could. I actually want to have you come back on in a Zoom of I don't know how many we could do where it was, because we've done a Zoom before, and Sherrie,
oh yeah, so I mean you'll be part of that. I mean we'll
it's so much fun.
Later we'll
You'll
have a
be
Zoom
laughing
invite with
the whole time
with the past guests.
Yeah.
So past guests that have been on, they all get a Zoom invite, and then we'll all be able to kind of join together. So. Mm-hmm. So if you haven't already been following some of the people that we've already interviewed, go out and find out who those people are. We encourage you to watch some of those and follow them.
Yeah.
But
I think we had nine or 12. It was so much fun, and we got laughing, and we got a lot of information out, and we even had the sweetest doctor. She wanted to just know about what our world was like.
Yeah, in fact, she's been on Pain Crusader's been on here.
She's she just has a heart of gold and wants to go into the profession knowing where we're at. And so we want to have more talks like that, right?
Yeah, and plus Laurel Lingle was, I want to say, the second or third person that we interviewed. I have to look.
Yeah, very early on.
But she's in here, right? And so some of the very first people that we started interviewing.
Laurel, I love you. Noelle is such a sweet,
Yeah. Anyway. It's just, you guys are all...
There's so many other conditions on there, like...
Oh my gosh, huh?
My cholesterol, I don't know if you saw that about the cholesterol. My cholesterol is higher than... My doctor said it's the highest he's ever seen. I cannot ever remember that word for, it's a genetic...
Okay, yeah. So you...
Like a,
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the word.
It's really weird. I would never be able to say it right if I tried.
So is a high cholesterol number, because I don't know, in the 200s? What are we talking?
My bad cholesterol is like 23,000. I'm not joking.
How are you?
Wow.
What are they?
My results. I'm serious.
Holy cow!
Got build up in the main artery goes in your stomach.
I had no idea. Every stinking time we learn something new.
I had high blood pressure from the time I had my son up until 2018 when it plummeted, and now I have low blood pressure. It's just like literally, I mean, like almost every single day I got very lethargic. Like literally, I don't know if I'm gonna. My doctors even said, I hope I see you next month.
Yeah.
Well, it's just, there's been a lot of conditions that we've seen, and I've seen, like, one of the things that's been unique that I haven't seen in interviewing is that you have nervous system and endocrine system interweaving. Because sometimes you'll have, nervous system and then, muscular, and you even, have some of that. But it's just interesting, the different comorbidities where...
Oh, comorbid.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say that.
I don't even...
Well, one thing kind of causes
Probably
and kind of is related to another, right? And so when you're trying to make sense of just the basics of what people are going through, that's kind of the easiest way to think of it, is it's like, I've got things happening originating from my nervous system. I've got things happening with my endocrine system. When you get both of them out of whack, you're just like not regulated, and you're just...
I feel like I'm mutated into something else. I don't even...
I know! Yeah.
Not even human anymore. Comorbidity, yeah, thanks.
I know they have to check us all the time, like, here's the word. But you have a couple questions. Somebody was saying, was your cholesterol high when you were young? Which I kind of think you touched on.
Actually, whenever, I'd always go for a yearly checkup and everything. Like, I had my oldest son whenever I was 20. So, I mean, I guess I started having checkups.
That's when we had our first.
Really? Yeah. So he's 29. He'll be 30 this year. My youngest will be 26 this year.
Oh.
So,
they're men.
No. It goes by fast.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Well.
But so is it somebody's saying hyperlipidemia? Is that what it's called? When it's just super... Okay.
It's a genetic condition where it's a hereditary condition of extremely high cholesterol.
Yeah, that is. You just about threw me off my chair when you said that.
I'll have to send you a couple of messages.
Okay. Yeah. And we'll have you on a Zoom where and then the next thing I'd love to say to you all that I'm so excited. This is we will be doing more just lives where you're cooking with us, where you're crafting with us, because we want you guys to feel more than ever that you're a part of our family and you're just hanging with us. And you get in your jammies and lay down, which I know you need to do right now. But I'm going to need you to take care of yourself.
I'm so glad that you got on. I was praying for you while I was waiting right here.
Well, it helped.
I was just I was surprised when I saw you.
It helped so much.
So
it must have, because
people are just,
my nerve right here was going crazy, and that's one of the worst nerves. And I was like, Rex,
people want to see you. They don't want to see me.
They don't want Rex is, he is so amazing, especially for this not being his baby. This is my baby.
Pray for him so much.
Oh,
it really touches me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of watching him and speak with you, because you can feel that love, and it's just, I mean, I can just.
That is so sweet. Thank you for saying that.
You know, it's really. I mean, I really.
Yeah.
I really think a lot of y'all.
Well, I want you.
It's something that needs to be done.
I mean. We're doing it together. It's not Rex and I. To me, I know that it's
higher power.
It's absolutely my higher powers, and just saying, I can't do this myself. You guys need to take care of each other, and you got to push hard together and link arms until you get noticed, because he wants so desperately for us to feel the love and the care that we've deserved, right?
Yep. And he's
so you probably got another.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
Ooh, you're getting quicker.
Yeah. It was a low power mode, so it might have.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, and those that have joined here, like Noelle, Ellen,
Noelle has been in here, and
others.
Noelle, thank you, I love you.
If we haven't already arranged an interview, and that's something that you're interested in, reach out to, just message me on the Spoonful of Sugar Rex and Nell. That's the main account, and I'll get that on the pending list and talk to Nell about it. So if we don't already have you, that, you know, or if you're watching this, you know, even if it's on YouTube and you're interested in that, reach out to us. If you can't get a hold of us on TikTok, you can send an email to spoonfulofsugarrexnell@gmail.com.
And then you get to come in and join some of those fun Zooms where we're all together. But Sherrie, I want to just say, Noelle has been such, Noelle in the chat here, has been such a lifeline for me in that very scary stage that we were talking about. And she just wants everyone to know I'm always here if anyone ever needs a pick-me-up. And she is beautiful. So it's Noelle Helen, and she's...
Yeah, follow her, you guys. She's a special...
You guys are all
of you.
I cuss too much, somebody says. Mama, then you fit in. I've got a big heart, but I got a sailor's mouth. Yeah. You fit right in.
What did you say? I didn't even hear anything.
I said I have a huge heart, but a sailor's mouth.
Well, someone says I cuss too much.
Because somebody in the chat was like, I cuss too much.
Well,
oh, no,
I haven't even heard you say a bad word.
Well, I try to be careful on lives, but you'll know when I'm really starting to be passionate about something.
Isolated so much. I mean, sometimes, like, I catch myself saying something, I'm like, people about public, because I'm used to being, here all the time.
Yeah, no, I've got a mouth.
Good thing that God judges the heart.
Yeah, exactly. I know that He knows. And a lot of it is just a fierceness for you guys. And so I get into this and I'll be like, damn it, or I need you,
I've actually been saying bad words.
Yeah, and the longer you're in pain, the more easier it is.
Like, I haven't done that.
You guys are going to start having that conversation, that soundbite. I actually do cuss a little. Oh, you do? Uh-huh. Oh, what's your favorite cuss word?
I mean, I'm not saying I ain't never cussed.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But it's not like
The little nicety, goody girl.
It's
I actually do cuss a little.
With
That's
all
funny.
this pain.
Yeah, and that's the last thing you don't worry. That's the last thing you need to worry about. If you need to say a word, you've been in pain for a steady 8-9 years.
Yeah.
We're past words. None of us care.
See you, Laurel.
That's right.
I love you guys so much.
Oh, thanks for
Sherrie.
joining.
Just
everything y'all do. 'Cause
Oh,
y'all
you bet.
bring everybody together. I cannot wait to see the comments and say,
yeah, that's so true because you can see how much love they have for you. It's pretty. It's been beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
Just like you.
Yeah, we really appreciate you taking
And
time
I love
out of your...
this whole time. I've loved her dress. I'm like, oh, look at me wearing black, and she's like,
I love this color. I just thought the purple was.
and
so
it looks
pretty.
like it feels so good.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And you can wear it up on your shoulders or down. But today it was like 90 degrees and it was hot today.
Yeah.
Here in South
We were not that hot, but
it goes from like summer to best fall,
I know.
and then like a little peak of winter, and then summer.
Can't make up its mind.
Yeah, Utah's bipolar all the time.
Is it?
Never ever. We don't know what, but my room stays
Cold.
the very, very
50 something.
the very top 60, and so
Yeah.
I just
That's
can't
good.
because I get too fevered with CRPS. So,
Yeah.
but we love you guys. What was that?
Do you get fever as well?
Oh, I
That's one
get
of the things I've had ever since I've had this is a fever.
crazy fever
Yeah.
in my face, and then it's now down my arms and in my hands, and then I swell. But it's fevers that are off the charts. So if you've got that, you might want to. Yeah,
It's a low-grade fever that they keep throwing me, and I stopped. I stopped. That on the last time in March, I told him, I asked him specifically if something happened to me, would somebody do an autopsy? Because I wanted to take the pressure off of me,
Yeah.
so that I wouldn't sit there all day,
yeah.
all night, and feel like I have to find this so my children won't suffer.
That's pretty. I love that you said that because your family deserves to know if they can find answers. This is what it was that then created havoc.
He said, I'm signing off of it. If we don't know what it is, I'm signing.
Oh, that makes me feel so much better for you.
That was like just a weight
Yeah.
off my shoulders.
But don't, you're not going anywhere. You have way too much work to do.
I'm still
I hate to put that on your shoulders, but you've got so much more to do.
This is going to be uploaded to YouTube probably about 24 hours, and
Yep.
I'll let you know, and I'll share the link so you can do whatever you want with that and kind of directing people there and things. And so it was just
And like you said, we'll message me about some of that other stuff because I want to keep tabs on you, make sure you're okay.
Yeah.
I want to keep tabs on you too.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad I got
Oh,
to see
thanks
you.
for
Thank y'all.
joining
Oh, it's our pleasure. It was an honor. Give your family, your boys, your granddaughter, give them squeezes for us and tell them thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Give our love. And you guys, thanks for joining, and please
Yes.
follow
Thank y'all.
follow Sherrie if you aren't already, you guys. And
Follow that.
join us this Thursday. This Thursday we're meeting with Ian Marshall, and so we're going to be going live with him as well.
He's
I followed him today.
did
Yeah.
you? He's a spitfire, isn't he?
Yes.
I told Rex I don't know how I'm going to control him.
Yeah, but
Yes.
he's going to be giving
I
some
know.
he's going to be giving some good insight into
It'll be interesting and fun.
Yeah, humor is one of the ways he copes, but there's a serious side and certainly some
Yeah.
pain in his life. So tune into that either on YouTube or live, and also again just regularly follow us
I'm
every
so
Thursday.
glad you followed him. That's awesome. You guys go follow Sherrie. Share
I
XOXOZ.
following everybody on y'all's
Yay!
comments.
You got
Good.
You got it. You got some good
You're
people
gonna
there.
be there so fast that where you can start doing your lives, and I cannot wait because then we can just do dual live.
I was thinking about like feeling bad about stuff and just put it because I want people to know.
There you
that
go.
Yes.
life can change, but
Yeah.
Yeah, life's too short.
And
it's
I want to see you do a live where you are more comfortable. You don't need to be sitting.
Yeah.
If you go back in videos, I've been in bed, I've laid on floors, I've whatever.
Well, and until you get the 1,000 followers to be able to go live, I mean, just kind of think about a post.
Let's get
people
her
would
there.
love to have you share
all of
1 minute
each other there.
So
Fever's here too. I'm sorry.
So much in my notebook in my phone.
There you go.
Yay!
And I've got some videos too. I just added.
See,
we're cheering you on. I'll watch for it. Okay.
It makes me so happy
if you
said that.
If you do a post, tag us on it, and
yes,
we'd love to see it.
Yes.
All right.
Love you, Sherrie.
Okay. Love you guys.
You fall on this family anytime.
See you guys. Have a good night.
Love you guys. Noelle, love you. Thank you.